So currently, where I live, it's like 6:30 in the morning. So it just came out. It just came out like a few minutes ago, right when I woke up. This was like the first thing on Twitter. So yeah. And truth be told, I haven't read it like I usually do. So this is like my raw reaction. So on the cover, Who's Who is going to kill page 1. Short chapter, 13 pages dedicated to Luffy and Zoro. Nami and Rotor are in the castle. Mysterious man appears, his Scalberg bond, which not a surprise, we kind of anticipated that. However, presentation box says his name is Yasan. He probably changed his name, like, going, because I'm guessing, well, we'll talk about this whole thing later. Gabon is Ripley's partner and Colin's father, and B, he says he is the Minister of Love. Whatever that means. Gabon opens the secret treasure room in the castle where the key for Loki's chain is. So it does make you question that later too. Giant explained Usopp and Shiraku in the party that Scalberg lives in Elbaf. He's the left man of the Pirate King, and the legendaries are equal to Roger and Wrigley. Chapter ends with Gabon saying that if Luffy wants the key, he will have to fight for it. So let's go back and kind of analyze the questions I had. So, the first question is his obvious name change, Yasan. So, assuming he has been to places where, the straw has been, so like Skypiea, mainly Wano. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in Wano, he was inspired, since he wears the hat for Odin. It wouldn't really it would make sense that he would also change his name for Odin, while he was in Wano, while he got the hat. So he probably changed the name somewhere in Wano. The next is this whole thing of Minister of Love. So I'm guessing that this is some kind of gag, because there's really no Minister of Love in the whole. Like, there wouldn't really be any use for that in the society. So I'm guessing, he calls himself that because, he had a child with a giant woman, and, had a kid with her, pretty much. So I'm guessing that's why he calls himself that, which, is a big feat for us humans. The next concern I had was that the next part where Gabon opens the secret treasure room in the castle where the key for Loki's chain is. So one is that, obviously, how would I guess not low. How would Gabon even have that with him? So I'm guessing, since it was revealed, he lives in Elbaf, like the giant said. I wouldn't be surprised this was like one of the main reasons why Shanks stayed, because he has been known to like leave places, like he did with Lucy's place. Like, he just stayed there to grab a drink and left. So I'm guessing that's what Shanks was about to do, but then Gabon, or Yasan, was there. You know, he says, "Oh, I live here." And yeah, at that time there was this big threat because I'm guessing Loki is stronger than Gaban. So Shanks says, you know, I'll just become the emperor, make this my domain. I'll live here with you guys and help you with your little Loki problem. And that's what happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if Shanks knew Gaban lived there. Like I said. Now the other question is, how did Gaban know what was happening? Because it was kind of revealed that the knights like concealed their presence completely. So how does Gaban know? Well, one, I just think, you know, he just has very good observation hockey to the point where, like, even really said, like, once you refine the, like, you have clairvoyance, like, you could pretty much see into the future. And I'm pretty sure that's what really said. I mean, it would kind of make sense, you know, for being the left arm of the Pirate King, you know, for him to deepen his observation hockey while the right hand really, you know, levels up his armament, you know, so one of each. So that answered that question, and I guess that was kind of it. I had all the yeah. So obviously the Cersei chapter ends with Gaban saying that if Luffy wants the key, he's gonna have to fight him for it. I'm guessing says also here break next week with love pew pew. I'm guessing what's gonna happen is, you know, Luffy and Zoro are gonna be like, oh, we don't have time, and then, you know, it's gonna be 2 against 1, Luffy and Zoro, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't think Sanji's there. Yeah, I just think it's Luffy and Zoro against Gaban, and I guess since Gaban is, you know, the left hand of Roger, I wouldn't be surprised if Gaban was able to, you know, kind of like tussle with them a bit. But anyways, what I really wanted to get was that. So last week we had this big revelation. Everyone's, you know, up in arms about last chapter. But what I wanted to shed light on is that, if you remember, it kind of makes sense for Roger what he did, because if you remember, when he went to Lodestar and you know, he saw the One Piece, he laughed a lot in his crew, and I'm guessing before he saw the One Piece, but what made him laugh was when he saw the mural, because I think when he saw the mural, what we kind of had, like, that realization when the last chapter came out, like, oh, this whole thing's connected, like, this has been foreshadowed since literally chapter 100, like, early chapters, and it's chapter 1000. So that realization of, oh shit, everything makes sense, I think that's what Roger had in that moment of, like, oh, everything's connected. Because you have to remember, Roger went to not every, but every significant place that Luffy has. So, like, Skypiea, Wano, I think, maybe Wano, and probably other places too. So yeah, I mean, yeah. What no one is really is that he laughed. So like when he realized that he realized the whole thing is connected, and he laughed because he realized how much, like, I don't know. I guess there was like a hysterical laugh. I even laughed when everything connected. I was like, damn, like, you know, this is a big plan. This really does go back a long time, and I'm guessing that's what Roger and his crew figured out, and it would kind of explain like why he laughed like that, and yeah, just that whole sequence that makes more sense. And then with the other thing too, with it also makes sense with Roshank's stuff. So as you remember, for Roger left, to I guess die or whatever. He said something to Shanks, and he cried. Now we know what it was. It was probably that Shanks is a son of a celestial dragon, and the reason Shanks cried is because he knows how disgusting the celestial dragons are as human beings. And he just couldn't, fathom the fact that he is, the product of that, of those humans. And it was also mentioned, which I didn't mention last chapter, that after Roger died, Shanks did in fact go back to the Holy Land, I guess, to go back, and Shanks just declined and came back. So yeah, after Roger died, Shanks kind of went to the Holy Land, and had the chance to be a celestial dragon, but said nah, and came back. Which I don't know, just everything makes sense. Like, he would cry, obviously kind of says a lot about who the mother might be, which I have my own theory on that. I'm not gonna share that just yet, but yeah, I'm surprised that it's just last chapter it was revealed that Shanks went back to the Holy Land and refused. I'm guessing he went to go back to see if what Roger said was true, because I'm guessing until then, Shanks hasn't really met a celestial dragon, just heard how they are. So, that was kind of revealed in the last chapter. And, yeah. But, yeah, that's kind of the whole thing I had to say for this chapter. Okay. See you next time. Bye, guys.